Hello friends, good evening. So I'm just watching the cricket match. It's just so sad to see the score. So if you're watching the match, I think we should stop watching this test match specifically. So by the way, people who are new, this is Nifty live session, and I'm just talking about the match because I'm so disappointed looking at the score. And I thought if someone else is also watching, maybe I'll share my grief with also you. But yeah, welcome again to today's session. I think even though India is not really doing well, I think the markets had kind of a flat day, and our portfolio was kind of flat, I would say 0.3% up, led by Tata Elxsi. So if you had a good day, if your portfolio had a good day, do let me know in the comment section. Yeah. Hey Suman, hello. Hi Vijay. Good evening. Hi Arun. Hi Kumragiri. Suman is asking a very good question. Why are angular supports and resistance like trendline are way more perfect than horizontal one? I would disagree to that. In fact, horizontal support and resistance are much more reliable than trendline. Now, even though you see, my Twitter profile or my YouTube channel, it's called Trendline Investing. So I follow trend lines only for breakouts, right? And if you see for exits, I don't use trend lines. I use horizontal supports and resistances, which is nothing but swing high, swing low. But for me, it's always the swing high and lows, which are actually horizontal resistance, which make more meaning than the trend lines itself. Trend lines are to just identify breakouts from long-term trends, short-term trends, and all that. But to be honest, horizontal resistance and support act much better than normal ones. Okay, so in case you have more follow-up questions on this one, do ask me. I'll take it up later. Hi Rishi. Hi Siva. Hi Dinesh. Hi Shankar. Hi Sagar. Yeah, match already crossed stop loss. I don't think it's worth watching the match unless we come back and do well in the second innings, which I expect we might not, looking at how England is batting. Yeah. Hi Prakash. Hi Kumragiri. Okay, so let's get started, right? So we have around 18 people. I'm assuming most of you are here with me every day in the last 1 month or so. If there's someone new, just say hi. I'd be more than happy to say hi to people who are new here. Let's get to know each other's names. I know most of you who are here who are saying hi, hello, Hemant. I know most of you by names. Like, I literally know who would be joining today, and I can kind of expect at least 15 people on an average who join me every day. And I show up just for you, 15-20 people. So if you do feel that you're having a lot of worth out of this live session every day, don't forget to share this video with your family and relatives and tell them that investing is easy if you have a process. Just like we have a process in our lives for everything, like we wake up in the morning, we brush, we have breakfast, that's a process. The same way, even for investing, we have a process, and it's easy if you follow a process, right? So you buy breakouts, you keep a stop loss, and you let the markets decide how much it wants to give. So the problem in markets is that there's no one to control you in all your aspects of life. If you're married, you have your wife. If you're a bachelor, you have your parents to control you. If you're at office, you have a boss to control you. If you're outside on streets, there's police to control you. But markets is the only place where there's no one to control you, and that's the reason why most of us fail in markets, because there's no one to guide you and no one to say that you're doing something wrong, and you feel and you take out your ego also sometimes in markets, and that's the main reason why most of us are not able to make money. Um, Hi Ninad, hi Hemant, hi Aravindan. It's your first day. Really nice to see you. Keep coming every day. We discuss a lot of good things, and plus we also look at stocks. Hi Paresh, again I hope you're new. Hi Mugda, hi Vallabh. Vijay, yes, the streaming is on. Probably you are not able to view it. Maybe just close the tab and open it again. Maybe it will be visible. So yes, so we have 23 people. So do share this video with your friends and try to learn that process. I think in the last 1 month, if you've been with me every day, by now you would know how I pick stocks and how I trade stocks, how I keep stop loss, and how we have protected our portfolio in spite of the crazy fall last week. Our portfolio is not even down, right? We're still up around 1.5%, and I think that's pretty good. Around 1.1% or something, our portfolio is overall up, right? But since we took the last trades with 500 rupees stop, we took the first initial set of trades we took with 1,000 rupees stop. 1% of capital. Then we reduced ours to 0.5%, and now we are sitting on a 4% profit in the last 1-2 weeks, right? Yeah, so that's how our trades have been. So let's look at Nifty first to start with. So Nifty again had a flat day. So we saw sell-off around the all-time highs. All-time high was 16,701, and we saw a sell-off. Now, many people would already start, predicting that this is a double top, right? Which is the mistake which most of them do, and they try to short the markets at the top. Now, you shouldn't be doing that unless we break the previous swing low. Now, unless you break the previous swing low, you'll never know whether it's double top or double bottom. And most of them try to predict and go buy or go try to short the markets, and it doesn't work. Right, so for now, yes, we did have a bad, not a bad closing, I'd say just a gap fill, probably. But if you remember, we spoke about this level yesterday, and we said if we have any opportunities towards the dip, then we can buy. But we did not have any opportunities, and we had a gap up again, and there was no proper risk reward. So probably could have gone long above this point, but then a stop would have hit. So today was a difficult day in terms of taking trades. Probably towards the end of the day, you could have taken a trade below this point here, right? But I'd say it was a very difficult day to take a trade. If you're a buyer in Nifty, you would have hardly made money unless you bought previous day and you had a gap up this morning, or if you had the guts to short right at the top. But I wouldn't really, if I were trading intraday, I wouldn't have shorted this here. Probably would have shorted it here or probably below this point. But net to net today was a very bad day after that good trending day that we had the previous day, right? So days like today is when you should not be trading, and you should accept that days like today for intraday trader would happen, and you might make money this day, but then today you'd have had a couple of losses, and you might have given that profit back to the markets. That's part and parcel of trading and investing. You give back, you take some, you give back some, but overall you want to ensure that you take money from market, right? So the outlook for tomorrow is that so I think this trend line over here would act as support, but I'm not getting into that. So yesterday we spoke about this trend line. Break of this trend line would mean that we kind of so we kind of took support here, but then we broke down, and then we kind of came down, right? So we kind of retested the trend line again, we came down. So a break of this trend line probably could have gone short with day high as a stop as well. That's one of the strategies, but the stop was pretty I'd say 720 and 50 point stop on intraday. Maybe keep a fixed stop and you could have taken this trade. But yeah, since I'm not trading intraday, I'm going to give you any advice on that. But my suggestion would be that try to find the smallest stop losses and go ahead and take those trades. Okay, now the outlook for tomorrow is that I think probably we're going to head down. I'm not sure, but if we head down towards 16,590, as I mentioned yesterday, that could be a good point to go long again. Or tomorrow, I'd not now go long anywhere between this level. So this level and this level. So these 2 points for me, if it's in between, I would not take a trade. I'd probably wait for the markets to head towards 700. And if you see any rejection over there, if you see a red candle over there, try to short with that higher stop loss, which you could also done today, right? But then you could have got stopped out here. Or if we come down here tomorrow during the day, and then probably we have a green candle forming, then you can probably have a long trade taken here, right? So this is probably some of the trades that you can look at for tomorrow. Otherwise, yeah, we are in the 5 minutes time frame. We've again formed low high lower lows. We reversed that trend over here, but again we are forming low high lower lows. So the trend is kind of flat. I'd say we are stuck between 16,400 and 16,700 range. So that range is probably going to act as some short-term zone for now. Okay, but again, remember the plan is if you come here, then go long. If you go there, probably go short. Or if you break out above all-time high, then you can probably go long. Or we might also be forming a cup and a handle. We don't know, but this is a massive cup probably, and probably we're forming a handle, and then we probably head higher. No one knows, but that's my take. So we buy here and we short there. Okay, so let's switch on to the second part of this video. And if you made money looking at my intraday Nifty views, and if it helps you, really do let me know in the comment section, because I know there's at least one person who's watching my videos very regularly, and I get a lot of feedback from that particular person. But if there's anyone else, I really want to know if you're really interested in my Nifty views, then let me know. Okay, so switching on to our portfolio, trade with Trendline investor portfolio. Yeah, we had 3.3% up day today. Birlasoft and Cummins continued to be flat or negative, but the major gains came from Tata Elxsi. So we are up around 8% on Tata Elxsi. It's one of our best performing stocks. It has broken into new highs today. And Laxmi Chem, we'll come to the charts, but Laxmi Chem is forming a very nice pattern, which is 2 days inside bar. So we had inside bar yesterday, and again we had it inside bar today. So the contraction is really getting very tight in Laxmi Chem. So let's open the charts. So if you see here, after this move down, now remember we are trading in this parallel channel, right? And we are close to that middle channel. And after this day, we have had 2 inside bar days. Now this is a complete volatility contraction, or price movement is getting in a small range. So tomorrow, and if you see this pattern, especially on the weekly time frame, on the monthly time frame, that's a very good pattern to trade, even for a swing trade. How would you trade this? So take the recent inside bar, keep a buy stop above 372. So the high here is 372, so keep a buy stop above 372, and you can keep a stop around 360 odd, right? So that's just a 10% stop or 3% stop, and you probably look for around a 10% move here. So that's a 1:3 risk reward, right? So from 370, if you go to 400, that's a 30-point move, and that would mean that you're up 10% on your on the position that you've taken. And from a risk reward basis, you're 1:3. You risked 1 rupee and you've gained 3 times. So here we are risking 3 rupees here it's 355 and 370. So that's a 15 rupee stop, and for 15 rupee stop you're getting 30 rupees. So that's a 1:2 risk reward, which is a very good setup for a swing trade. Okay, but that's how it is forming. Will we add it? I'm still thinking. I'm not sure yet. But probably tomorrow, if we have to add, we can add about 372 and revise the stop to 355. But remember, we already have taken an additional risk before, and right now we've added more to Laxmi Chem from before, and we're already having 877 profit. Now I don't want to risk this again and make more money. So probably if someone has to take a trade on this, fresh trade, then you can probably risk 1,000 rupees or 500 rupees of your capital, 1% or 0.5% of your capital, and take a trade above 372 with a stop at 355. But for now, we already risked our money twice. We have pyramided twice already, and I think that should be enough. We don't have to pyramid more. So we're already having 24% position size, which is pretty decent. Okay, so we'll not pyramid this more. So next is Fortis. Fortis had a red day. Again, as I mentioned, TradingView sometimes shows wrong candles, but this is a red day, right? So we've had it's just going sideways. Fortis, after this move on 20th August, it's just going sideways. Nothing much to discuss there, right? But if you just switch to the 15 minutes time frame, you'll see that we are continuing in that rectangle formation which I said yesterday. So that's a rectangle consolidation setup, and just with a spike there. So we are just still going sideways, but we had good volumes towards the end of the day. Let's see if we head higher. Now, if you're a very aggressive investor or aggressive trader, then you can also move your stop to 270. Our stop is at 260. I'm a little on the conservative side, so we'll still continue to keep our stop at 260. And once it breaks out above 280, 290 levels, then we can move our stop to 270 odd. Okay, so for now, I'm not revising my stop. I'll keep my stop as it is. So Birlasoft, again, is not going anywhere. It's just going sideways. So again, not inside bar because we crossed the previous day high, which was 419. We went to 421, so that's not inside bar. But what's happening is we are not getting any moves. Last 4 days, if you see, we are kind of within our range except for the spike below. Markets are not really, the stock is not really going anywhere. So time for a move probably in the next couple of days. Let's see. Again, Cummins is going sideways since last 3 days. There's not much movement. And if you look at the 15-minute charts, we kind of are testing that same level again, right? So I'll just show you this. I already drew this yesterday and showed you this, but if you see, we kind of reversed again from that point. So that's 1, 2, and 3, 4. So again, during the last hour, we reversed again. So probably we're heading higher. We don't know yet, but for now, our stop remains at 950. And once we break 1030 odd levels, then we can move our stop to 970 odd. Okay, so that's the plan for Cummins. Tata Elxsi broke out from the range. We spoke about the range yesterday, and it has broken out from the range. It closed also above. So now I've revised my stop to 4,600, which is this low, right? So if you see here in Tata Elxsi, I've revised my stop to 4,600 from 4,500. So we are now on a 0.8% profit on our overall portfolio, and here we have 0.8% profit. So now our risk is literally nothing in this set of trades which I've taken is just 0.2% risk. Okay, so we are sitting on profits in 2 different trades, and that's covering our losses in the other trades, right? So net to net we are positive, right? Almost positive. So yeah, that's the trade for Elxsi. Yeah, and Naukri again kind of try to move up today after that breakout. We are not holding Naukri, but I'm just telling it for if in case someone has a trade. But I'm removing this today because it's already broken out. I'm not going to cover this anymore. In case we have to look at it, if we exit any stocks, then we'll have a new set of stocks, or we can also go back to stocks like this. And if there was a consolidation breakout, then you can enter that stocks. Okay, so that's from the stocks perspective. Here the only stock that I've updated here is yeah, Tata Elxsi. So many people have been repeatedly asking me about this trading journal. I will make a video soon. I'm really sorry, it's in my backlog, it's in my pipeline, whatever that you call it, but I will make a video soon. Okay, I have a list of items which I have a plan. It's just that I'm so busy with work of late, I couldn't really give time for any of that. But this weekend probably another exciting video. I have not thought about what video, but I will make something interesting so that you can learn from here. Okay, so that's it. I think I also stopped updating this. I think we can remove this. We have a equity curve in our Zerodha where you can look at. So I'll just remove this for now, and this is also not required. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Now let's look at your questions. As usual, I'd be more happy to answer questions related to strategy, or in case you're facing difficulties with continuous losses, or you're holding some stocks, what you should be doing and all that. So let's look at questions. Okay. Okay, so yeah, let's look at Sudhakaran. Hi Nishant, portfolio looks strong after a decent amount of time. Thanks for these sessions. Yes, Shanjay. So yeah, thanks for you joining daily. I see you've been a regular. Thanks for that. Hi Naresh. Hi Ganesh. Prakash, yesterday in mid-cap breaking parallel channel discussion, you mentioned you may have one last leg up. Why many people have this view of one last leg up before correction? So if you see, right, so markets don't go up forever, right? So there's always a point where they will cool off, and and usually after a parallel channel breakout, I'll take an example of Adani Transmission, right? So I'll not say it's a one leg up, final leg up or something like that. But what happens is usually this is not a perfect parallel channel, but I'll just take this example, right? So here this was kind of not a channel, but this was a resistance here. And if you see here, we had this massive rally, and this rally tends to be really furious when you have such kind of breakouts. Now, the same thing I'm expecting in Cabra extrusion. So this is also another thing which I mentioned yesterday. And so this is a parallel channel breakout. Now you see, and here also I'm expecting the same move. Now the move would get so strong. That's the behavior of parallel channel breakouts, because they've been going sideways for years and decades. Even though you see the move from here to here has been strong, but since 2010, if you look at the overall returns, it has hardly given any return since 2010. So it was at 100 and now it's at 250. So that's just a 1.5x return in 2.5 years if you entered right at the top there. So a parallel channel, frustrates a lot of people, and then a breakout from there kind of gives a very strong move. And that's my experience from what I've read. And that's the reason I'm saying a small cap, index breakout from there is probably we'll see a good move on the upside, right? But we never know whether we'll have a consolidation or don't have a consolidation, right? So this is the channel that we are looking at in terms of the small cap, right? If you see, we kind of got rejected and we are kind of near the trend line, right? Now I'll show you in the case of Nifty, right? I shared this in my newsletter, in the very first newsletter, and also I think a couple of newsletters back. Let's take Nifty, right? So this is the Nifty overall chart. Now, if you look at here, so this is the parallel channel which was there after the Harshit Mehta scam in 1992. We had a massive move. I'll just zoom in. So I'm looking at 1991 until 2005. So if you see, after that top in the Harshit Mehta top, we kind of went sideways for many years, and then we had a breakout here in 2005, and just see that move up. Since 2005 to 2007, we had 2 years, a very strong move. And if people thought that this was a massive move, they were just really would have been taken by surprise if they missed this entire move here. So this is what happened here before that in Nifty. We had a continuous move up. I'll just switch to the weekly charts, right, just to give you that perspective, a better perspective, right? So this is the weekly chart again. Now we had a massive one-way move up. Now this is exactly what the small cap index is doing, or the mid cap index is done. And then we kind of had a sell-off, and we came all the way back to the mid channel, and then we kind of again went high, so we got rejected multiple times, and then once this breakout happened, we had a one-way move up, right? Again, one-way move up. If you look on the daily charts, weekly charts, there's a lot of corrections in between. That's also I mentioned in the charts in my newsletter that we will have a one-way move up. Even in Nifty, I'm expecting a strong move, but this kind of correction has still not happened. But the moment we have this kind of a correction, then the move up will be even stronger, right? Because there's a lot of people who are stuck in this, who got out in this move, and they'll just miss the entire rally ahead. Okay, so that's one of the reasons why I say parallel channels are very effective. And you see, then we had a retest, and then again, if you noticed my post in December, I clearly pointed out that we've again broken out from a parallel channel in terms of Nifty. Okay, so I'll just remove this one. So this was a retest after that parallel channel breakout there, and again we have broken out here. And if you see, since December we were 13,500, now we're at 16,600. We already had a 3,300 point move. And I remember everyone here was saying, you know, there are different ways to draw trend lines. Now many people might ask, might have seen that there were charts like this. They were connecting this point, and they were saying that we are done, right? They were saying at this month there was rejection, and they were saying we are done, we are topped out, and probably are going to head lower. But I did not draw that. I drew something like this because that was the previous top, and I connected these points over here, right? And I've been calling out this as a breakout since December. It was exactly on December 31st, I think I posted this chart on Twitter. So it completely depends on how we read charts. Trend lines can be false, sometimes wrong. You can be right, sometimes wrong. But the reason why I drew that was because I had this parallel channel line over here, and that's why for me that made more sense than having any other trend line like this. So this also is something which people are looking at recently, and they were saying we are done, right? But the reason why I didn't draw this trend line is because I had that parallel channel there, and that made more sense to me, right? So it's not really a science, not really 1 + 1 is 2. Technical analysis is more objective, and it's very subjective depending on the person who looks at the charts and all that. So yeah, it completely depends on you how you want to look at. But yeah, the last leg reason is because if we break off from channel, then we're going to have one strong move up. So that's my view, Prakash. Suman, yes, do ask me. Here's the nice to see every day. Yeah, hi Masood. Yeah, do change the video resolution. Hi Adarsh, thank you. Masood, hi. Bhumik is saying, have a look at Jubilant Ingrevia, again talking about it, but stock respecting the trendline very well. See if you could find good opportunity. Yes, trendline. So yeah, Jubilant Ingrevia we discussed also yesterday. It is looking very good. It has not broken the trendline yet. It is a good opportunity to add, but we already have stocks which we are invested in, so don't jump stocks. So you never know which stock will move up. No one knows that. Not even the company CEO know when the stock will move up. So just stop switching stocks. Once you're in a stock, try to hold on to the stock. Probably keep, if you're a positional trader, probably keep 2-3 weeks time stop loss. And if it doesn't move in 2-3 weeks, then move on to some other stock. Okay, so that's one way you can do it. Siva is saying Asahi India near a very long-term trend line. I'm not sure. Let's take a look. Yeah, I don't see the trend line, but that's a channel which I've already drawn, and if you see, that's a beautiful channel. So yeah, it's still long term, it's still some time away, probably heading to 500 odd, you never know. So Rita is asking, good evening sir, please tell me about Jindal Steel as I'm heavily invested. The moment you're saying you're heavily invested, that's the wrong way to invest in stocks. Okay, so that's not how you should be investing. It'll only give you sleepless nights. One day if you see the stock falling 10%, you'll go crazy. Now this stock is still not broken out of the long-term downtrend. I don't enter such stocks, but probably you could have entered here where you draw this point and it's just correcting. So I don't see a problem yet, but I would see a problem if it goes below this point, right? So below 115 if it goes, and if it closes below 115 a week, then that's a problem. But for now the stock looks good. I don't see a problem yet. You can continue to hold the stock, and it is in an uptrend for now, but the long-term uptrend, the multi-year uptrend is down, right? So that's a multi-year uptrend since 2010, that's completely down. The moment we break out above this point, then we can see some good moves. But for now, yeah, keep a stop around 115, or if you want even 100, stop and continue to hold it. Abhi Kaushik is asking your view on bio crop science. I've seen it fall every day, and I'm already holding it. Should I think of shorting it intraday to hedge for my losses? I am not into futures and options. I don't hedging. The moment you start hedging and all, it just gives a lot of complications towards your strategy itself. And hedging is a good strategy, but I'm not really a person for that. But I think we recommended this in a newsletter, and we gave exit when it went below this. From a newsletter perspective, from my perspective, you should have exited around 5,700 if you're a short-term positional trader. But there is a very good support, around 5,000 levels. So unless it doesn't go below 4,975, you can still be invested in it. This is also a long-term growth story. If you see, the stock has been trending in a parallel channel, and this is some of the things which I drew. So you can continue to hold it from investment perspective. It's just don't keep looking at the stock daily. This is a slow mover stock, and it might take its own sweet time. Okay, so I hope that helps. My view on Rajrathan, Global, and Jubilant. Yes, Sagar. Let's look at it. So if you're an investor, stop looking at your portfolios daily. It doesn't really make sense. Just keep a stop and look at it every weekend. Then you'll have a better peace of mind. And if you're heavily invested, then you're going to not sleep properly, which doesn't make sense, right? So finally, you want to make money so that you can sleep peacefully, to keep your family happy. And if that's not happening, then there's no use investing in markets. So yeah, try to keep your portfolio in check, this one in check, your position size in check, and that should help you, to have a peaceful investing and trading journey. Yeah, so Sagar, this is kind of correcting, and it's taking pause around the previous breakout zone. So you might want to still hold it and just retest of the breakout, and this is probably because of the market environment sentiment. But otherwise, it's a decent company. It's in a strong uptrend. The higher low structure is still not broken, so continue to hold. Jubilant Industries. Yeah, again, it's in a nice long-term uptrend. I think there is some line which I've drawn. Yeah, again, this is a parallel channel breakout. Probably that also is a line. Maybe it's a rejection over there. We never know yet. But, I'd wait for a swing low to be taken out. So around 380, 385. If you break that level, only then I would exit the stock. But for now, the trend looks very strong. It had a strong move here, consolidation, and just forming high lows. So I'd still hold the stock and wait for, around 380 levels. If it has to kick me out, then 380 is level I'd look for to exit the stock. Otherwise, it's in a nice trend up, continue to hold the stock. Okay. ADCL goes up 10% today. What's your view on the stock? Rishi, if it goes up 10%, I'm not sure what is my view. But yeah, as I said, I think this again has reversed from the previous. So if you have doubts on the support resistance, just go to the previous, go to the weekly charts, and then you'll see how it's behaving. So this is a perfect reversal from the weekly support, and this is a rectangle consolidation. So it's a beautiful setup. So if it crosses 73 odd levels, then it can go much higher, right? Just looking at the long-term charts, it seems like it has given a breakout, and it's just a breakout retest, right? So this is the breakout zone, right? And it's a double bottom. So probably the V, it's also called a, I've also drawn some lines here. So it has come out from a long-term downtrend. It also has broken the previous pivot high, and this looks really good. You need to hold the stock for much higher levels. So probably we are heading towards, I don't want to tell the targets, but keep a stop, and the targets really look good. I don't want to, give you false hopes. Keep a stop on a 55 odd level, or even 57 is good, and you can even enter the stock in the coming days. Okay, so it looks good. Rudra, I already gave my views on Jindal, so I'll just play back the video and you'd find it. Dinesh, I'm sorry. Let's keep that to our personal. Let's keep that in the friends WhatsApp group about the Naukri and this one. So Krishnaveni, Rudra, I already given my view on Jindal, so I'll just go ahead and go back and play the video. Krishnaveni, my views on GSV with key levels would be appreciated. Yes, let's look at it. So it has broken a previous swing low. So this was, if I was a positional trader, I'd have got out here. But there is a very key level here that I see. So it's kind of hovering around that zone. So I think this week closing would be very important. So if it closes, below 95, 97 odd levels, then I'd be a little cautious. But for now, it looks like it might head higher from here. I am not quite sure on that. It has broken the trend line also. So yeah, might go sideways for some more time. But yeah, I'd be really interested in the stock only above 126. So for now, it has broken the higher high, higher low structure. So that's one thing which is worrying me, Krishnaveni. So I might not really be invested in stock for positional, but investing, then go to weekly charts and you see that that level here, which is a breakout, is very important. So this could also be a breakout retest, right? So this on the weekly charts, it's a breakout retest. So you can still hold the stock. If you're investing, then probably can keep a stop around 80 odd. But if you're a positional trader, you should already be out of the stock. 110 was the stop. But you can also enter the stock now if you want. But stop is around 80. But wait for a reversal. The stock seems like it's in a strong downtrend. Last 3 days there has been consolidation. But yeah, just wait for a confirmation above 110 and then you can add more. Yeah, Kumari asking Kotak Mahindra repeated support level 1680. What is the right entry? Support level of breakout previous high around. Yeah, I think the banking space is not doing great. So I already posted my view, I think on Twitter. So that's the long-term trend line support, right? We've reversed from there, and this was the kind of wedge breakout, right? So it was a breakout here, just retesting strong supports around 1630 or even around 1660, 1630 is a very strong support. But yeah, entire banking space doesn't really look good. If I have to really take a trade here, I would only take this trade above this point. Right now, if you see there's a strong consolidation which is happening below this point. So until it doesn't cross that point, I not even look at the stock. Right. So if you want to really make money, then look at stocks which are breaking out and moving higher. Nishant, my view on TD Power System, can we consider this as breakout or wait till it crosses 328 or wait for strong green candle? Yeah, let's look at it. Yeah, the sell-off doesn't look good. It has seen a very strong sell-off. Yeah, let's look at the weekly charts. But it has come out from a very strong downtrend. This was a downtrend since 2014. It has broken out of this downtrend and probably just facing resistance around this zone, maybe. Yeah, no, it has broken out from that zone. Okay, so I'm just going to the daily charts again. Yeah, so this is probably just a breakout retest maybe. You can enter right now, but just keep a strict stop loss around 225 odd, right? But the stop is too deep. It's around 20% stop. So yeah, as I also mentioned, you can go to the hourly charts and also enter. But this looks like just retest of that breakout, right? So stop is around 225, and I think you can have a good opportunity around 264, 265 levels. So probably wait for that level and then you can enter. But yeah, that's a sell-off on the top. But this happens in most of the small cap and mid caps. Because after a massive move up, many of the short-term traders book profits and that's why it comes down. But you shouldn't be really worried about that. Follow the swing high, swing low concept, and I think you should be good enough. Okay, yes, it is a breakout as I said, and you don't have to wait for 328. You can, I feel 263 was the breakout zone because we had an up move and then we had 4 days of consolidation and then we had a move up. So 260 could act as a very strong support because also that zone here, right, we have broken out. So that's my view. Yeah, Suman, question. Now we all know market is standing at side of gorge. A significant fall may come, may not. Now at this juncture, small capital investors shall take the profit from market or keep that. If no, then why? As 10% fall index may mitigate the 20% profit in individual stock. This can be a strategy for small investors to take profit from the 20% profit and keep invested. No, this is what you're doing here is you're predicting what is happening, right? So never predict what happens in markets. You can predict whatever happens in other aspects of your life, but in markets, never predict. Go with the flow. Let the market kick you out, and until then, don't exit. So keep a stop loss. If you're really afraid, then switch to swing high, swing lows, and daily. Keep a stop and wait for the stop loss to be hit, and then exit. Otherwise, you might miss on some big rallies. Now, from tomorrow, if the market reverses and breaks the channel, then you can see a really good move up, and you might miss on a majority of the profits. So don't predict markets, and don't guess, and don't try to be smart. In markets, no one is smart. Always, try to ride the trend as much as possible. Christian is asking, should the multi-year breakout setup be supported by the valuation of the stock, or can we commit a bit more on the positions based on multi-year breakout? No. Each and every position should be treated equally. Okay, so if you're having a strategy for one stock and you see that another strategy, the company is good, and you want to put 50% of your portfolio, that's not how you invest. Keep no bias in any stock. You can look at fundamentals, and if the fundamentals look good, probably you can take an additional risk of 0.5%, or if you're risking usually 1% of your capital, maybe another 1%, but do not go overboard. And that's one of the main reasons for people who why people lose in markets, because they have their own conviction and they add up their conviction, and that conviction kind of might not work, and then they start holding that because of the conviction. Now, if you've seen my Trade with Trendline Investor series, you would see I have no conviction in any stock. I just take a trade and let the trade go as it wants to go. Okay, so that's how I do it. Hey Aditya, let's look at OFSs. Yeah, OFS looks like the breakout is complete, retest also is complete, and probably heading higher, right? So we hit a breakout, we spoke about this retest, and now we are moving higher. So now add more to your positions. Now this is how you add to your positions. So probably add around right at current levels you can add, then move your stop to 4,330, right? But yeah, it does look good. It has done a breakout retest and it's again breaking out. Yeah. I found Rishi Moil stock. Please review. Is it? I don't know what he's saying. I found morning stock on Moil. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but I'll just give you my views on Moil. Yeah, this is a proper downtrend, right? Not a good trade for positional traders. You should have got out at this point, right? So that was the exit point. There's no way you're looking at the stock again until it forms a very good pattern, or until it again forms a higher high lows. So I would not really be trading the stock or investing in the stock. Yeah, Brijesh, my view on Alpha Geo. Yeah, it's a nice uptrend. You can continue to hold the stock. Good for positional trading as well. That's one of our good patterns that we follow. Higher high, higher lows, right? UV is asking, I bought Asian Paints in 3115 range. Is it possible 3,200 near term? What can I do now? Average or hold? Explain. I don't know whether it will go to 3,200 or not. No one knows that. But I can tell you the stop loss. I can tell you whether you should be holding or not. So that's a perfect trend line retest. So tomorrow it might reverse, right? So tomorrow wait for reversal. So above 3070, which is today's high. If it crosses, then that's a reversal confirmation. And then you can add even more above this point. So above 3163, 3165, add more. And tomorrow could be a good reversal candidate for Asian Paints. So that's a perfect trend line reversal. Okay, and your stop loss for all the entire position should be 2950. Okay, so that's my view. Yeah, thank you. Trend view for Nifty PSE. Jaydev, let's look at Nifty PSE. Yeah, again, Nifty PSE has kind of broken down from a trend line, but I'm just looking at the weekly charts to see if the trend is overall up, and yeah, looks like Nifty PSE is trying to save that support on the weekly charts. It did break down, but it's kind of recovering this week, and it's trying to go up. So this gap would be very critical. If you kind of fill this gap and head higher, then yeah, the trend is again up. But for me, the key reversal point would be 3681. So we need to make again a higher high, higher low. So this was the previous higher low, and we kind of broke that and we have come down, right? So again, for this trend to be up, back in the uptrend, it has to break out again above this level. So only if it breaks out above this, then we can again say that this is in a short-term uptrend again, right? But again, overall, if you see from a weekly chart, it is an uptrend. It has not still broken the previous swing lows. It did break out last week, but it's again trying to recover. But on the daily charts, it has broken down clearly, and it needs to cross above that point again so that we are back in an uptrend. Okay, so that's my view, Jaydev. Rishi, HAL is also continuously going up from last one week. Today it gives around, what is your views? Rishi, I've already spoken about HAL multiple times, but again, for review, HAL, we already spoke about this and it was in a watch list, but then other stocks got triggered. I said that this was a gap down over here in August 20, it was a gap down, and we kind of filled that gap down, and I said we should be placing orders about 1150, and I think that got triggered. The order should have been triggered on the 20th of August, and a stop loss should have been 1050, 760, and today the move would have continued. So there is no, I keep telling this again and again, especially for people new in the markets, you cannot be buying a stock after it has gone up so much, right? That's because tomorrow if it reverses, then you are in loss. So if you want to be immediately in profit, keep your GTT orders above the breakout zone and let the market decide if that stock is going to be a good buy or not. Okay, so that's my view. Yes, Shiva, always use log charts on long-term charts. Masood, I'm an investor since 2018. Interested turned towards swing trading after watching your videos. I'm start watching videos. Hope might be a session. Yes, please do watch my videos. There are 30 sessions we've already done, so go back and look at them. Naresh, let's look at exchanging solutions. Yeah, so I think I already covered this again. So we kind of spoke about this trendline reversal, right? Now see how perfectly it reversed from trendline, right? So this is still in a long-term uptrend. It was just a breakout retest around that zone, right? So that was a breakout retest and it's just continuing head. So it'll claim 140 will come again probably, and we can head higher from here, right? So this is why I say don't exit stocks just because you see few days of downtrend. Unless the higher low structure doesn't break, please be invested in the stock. It can go much higher, right? So this also, if you see, was September to July. It was almost 9-10 months breakout here, and that's why we had a strong move, and that's a retest, a good opportunity to enter again, and now it has moved up. Okay, yes, you can add more. Probably you should have added more on this day when you saw this green candle during the day, right? That was a very good day, but even now is a good time to add if you're holding the stock already. Okay, and if it comes down, even add more. Hi Sandeep. Stop loss of Jubilant Food, I think I just mentioned that. I'm not sure if I covered. Yeah, stop loss of Jubilant Food is 3585. Okay, the uptrend is still intact, so 3585 is stop. I think we covered this yesterday or day before, and we said it is still an uptrend. It has moved decently today. Rishi, yes, don't miss my video. I think yeah, if you're learning, I'm really glad that everyone is learning here. But practice is what makes you perfect. So let's keep practicing. Let's look at charts and let's do everything. And then I think you'll really improve from here on. So you just need to show up every day and look at charts. Okay. So I think we'll stop here. If you're liking these videos, if you're liking the sessions, more than a thanks. I would be happy if you share this video at least to one of your friends or two of your friends or family. That would really help me, grow this channel, and we can be a much bigger family. I've been covering your answers. I've been helping you learn. So that's the only thing I expect in return, and I hope you do that. And I think let's stop today, and I hope England lose all the wickets. 120 not out is what I see right now. I hope we come back tomorrow with a very strong batting session or a bowling session tomorrow. Okay, so I'll leave you here today. Thank you. Good night and trade safe. Risk management is the most important thing. Goodbye.